Hello, English learners, and welcome back to Learn English Online. I am Liam.
And I am Luna.
It's really great to have you with us today. We're getting into something super practical.
Yeah, navigating an airport, all in English.
Exactly. This deep dive is all about giving you the English phrases you actually need. You know, from booking flights, checking in, getting through security.
And especially handling those questions at immigration and customs, those can feel tricky.
For sure. Our goal is simple. Make your next trip way smoother, less stressful.
That's right. We want to give you clear, simple English phrases and, just as importantly, the confidence to actually use them.
Perfect for A1 or A2 levels, or really anyone wanting to feel more comfortable traveling.
We'll break down the key stuff, give easy examples, share some important tips, help you understand what's happening around you at the airport.
Okay, let's kick things off right at the beginning. Booking your flight.
Even before you leave home, you'll bump into some basic English here.
Yeah, maybe talking to a travel agent. Although these days it's probably more likely you're on an airline website, right?
Right. So when you're looking for tickets, you need to ask about the cost, or maybe when the flights actually are.
So here are a few phrases you might use.
You could ask, how much is a ticket to London, for example?
Or, if you're hunting for a bargain, are there any cheap flights?
Good one. To find out which days they fly, maybe what days are their flights to Paris?
And for times, is there a flight in the morning, or afternoon, or evening? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And once you pick a flight, you start the booking. They'll need your personal info, standard stuff.
You'll hear things like, what is your first name?
And what is your last name?
They'll also definitely ask, what is your date of birth?
And just so everyone knows, date of birth is just your birthday. Simple.
They'll probably also ask for your email address and a phone number, too.
Right. That's usually so they can contact you, if there are flight changes or something. Important stuff.
When you give your name, keep it simple. Keep it clear.
Yeah, like, my first name is Luna, my last name is Smith. That's it.
And for your date of birth, same idea. My date of birth is January 15th, 1985.
Perfect. Short, clear, accurate. That's the way to go. Okay, so you've booked your ticket. Success. Now, fast forward. You're at the airport.
What's next? Usually it's check-in time.
Right. First thing, finding your way. Look for those big signs that say departures.
That's the area for flights going out.
Then you need to find the check-in desk for your airline, the company you're flying with.
Like British Airways or Delta, whoever it is, look at the big screens around the airport. They have all the flight info.
Yeah, those screens tell you which desk number to go to.
So you get to the desk. What happens then?
Well, you might need to ask something first, like where's the check-in desk if you're lost?
Or when you get there, just say, I would like to check in.
And the agent. They'll almost certainly ask, can I see your passport and ticket, please? Have them ready.
Definitely. Another really common question is, do you have any checked bags or just carry-on luggage?
Ah, good point. Let's explain that quickly.
Yeah. So a checked bag, that's usually your bigger suitcase.
Yeah.
It goes in the plane's cargo hold.
Under the plane. You won't see it again until you land.
Right. And carry-on luggage. That's the smaller bag you take with you onto the plane.
It goes in the overhead bin above your seat or sometimes under the seat in front of you.
If you do have checked bags, the agent will likely point to the belt and say,
please place it on the scale. They need to weigh it, make sure it's not too heavy.
Okay, bags are checked, passport shown. What's next?
You get your boarding pass.
Ah, the golden ticket. Well, maybe not golden, but very important.
Right. It could be paper or, digital on your phone these days.
And it has all the key info on it.
Yep. Your name, your flight number, very important. Your seat number on the plane.
Also the boarding time. That's when you need to start getting on the plane.
Yeah.
And your gate number.
The gate is basically the door you use to get onto the actual plane. Knowing your gate and boarding time is super important.
Absolutely critical. Don't miss that.
And a practical tip here, seriously useful. Always have your passport and ticket easy to grab.
Oh, yeah. Don't be that person digging through their bag for 5 minutes.
Exactly. Staff really appreciate it. And just knowing your departure time helps keep you on track.
Okay. Check-in complete. Next up, usually security.
Yeah, the security check. This part can sometimes feel a bit rushed or stressful.
Lots of people taking things out of bags. But knowing the steps helps a lot.
Totally. The main reason for security is just safety. Making sure no dangerous things get on the plane.
The process. Usually, you put your bags, your carry-on onto a conveyor belt. They go through an X-ray machine.
And you walk through a metal detector or a body scanner yourself.
Now, with security, you probably won't need to say much. It's more about listening.
Yes, listening carefully to the security officer's instructions. That's key.
You might hear things like, empty your pockets, please.
That means take everything out. Keys, coins, phone.
You'll often hear, put all electronics in a separate bin. Laptops, tablets, things like that.
And then step through the scanner, please.
Sometimes an officer might need to look inside your bag, they might say.
I need to search your bag. Now, don't panic if this happens.
Right. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's often just random.
The best thing to do, stay calm, be polite, just say, sure, no problem, or okay.
That's really the main advice for security. Listen carefully, follow instructions, stay calm.
They're just doing their job to keep everyone safe. Cooperating makes it faster for everybody.
All right. You're through security. What's the next big step, especially for international flights?
Ah, yes. Passport control or immigration. This is where officials check your documents and ask you some questions.
This can feel like the most serious part for some travelers.
It can, yeah. It's important to know what they're looking for.
They're listening to your answers, of course, but they're also kind of observing how you answer.
Exactly. They want honest, direct answers. Quick and clear is good. Being calm helps a lot.
So let's talk about how to handle this part. Some do's and don'ts.
Okay. Do's, definitely stay calm. Even if the line is long.
Be polite. Say hello, make eye contact. It helps.
Answer clearly and honestly. Stick to the facts. Short answers are usually best.
And have your documents ready. Passport, visa if you need one, maybe your hotel info, return ticket, have it handy.
Now the don'ts. This is important.
Yeah, listen up. Do not make jokes, especially about things like security, bombs, drugs, anything like that.
Seriously, they have zero sense of humor about those topics. It can cause big problems.
Also, don't lie. And don't just guess an answer if you're not sure. Better to say you don't know.
Right. Don't show you're annoyed. No eye rolling or loud sighing.
And definitely don't argue with the officers. Stay calm, stay respectful. It's the only way.
Okay, let's run through some typical questions and good ways to answer.
The officer will probably start with,
passport, please.
and you just hand it over and say,
Here you go. Simple.
then, a very, very common one. What is the purpose of your visit? Or they might say trip or stay.
Purpose just means reason. Why are you here?
So, calm answers. I'm here for a holiday. Or vacation.
I'm here for tourism. That works too.
If it's work-related, I'm here for business. Or I'm here for a conference.
Or maybe I'm here to visit family or friends.
Sometimes being a little more specific can be good, like I'm traveling to explore the city.
Or I'm here for a business meeting on Tuesday. Just short and factual.
Okay, another guaranteed question. How long will you be staying? Or how long are you staying here?
How long just means the duration, the number of days or weeks.
So simple answers again. I'm staying for 7 days.
I'm staying for 3 weeks or 1 month, whatever it is.
Next. Where are you staying?
You need to know this.
Absolutely have the answer ready. I'm staying at the Grand Hotel in New York.
Or I'm staying with family in Brooklyn.
It's a really good idea to have the actual address written down somewhere easy to find, just in case.
Definitely. Then they'll probably ask, do you have a return ticket?
Your answer should be, yes, here it is, and then show it to them.
And maybe add, I return on July 21st. State the date.
They might ask about your job back home. What do you do? Or maybe the word.
What's your occupation?
Occupation just means your job.
Again, keep it simple. I'm a student.
I'm a nurse.
I work as an engineer. Just your job title is usually fine.
Other things they might check. When were you born? Or what is your date of birth?
Just state your birthday clearly. My date of birth is May 10th, 1990.
They could ask, where have you flown from?
Answer with the city and country you started in. I've flown from Tokyo, Japan.
Okay, one more common one. Often this happens at customs, maybe right after immigration.
Right. Any items to declare?
What does declare mean here?
It means you need to tell them if you're bringing certain things into the country. Like maybe a lot of cash, certain foods, or maybe too many duty-free goods.
If you have nothing like that, just say.
No, nothing to declare.
Easy. If you do have something small, maybe.
You could say, yes, I have some small souvenirs. Or be specific if needed. Honesty is key.
What if you don't understand the question? Your English is maybe not perfect yet.
That's perfectly okay. Don't panic. Just ask them to repeat it.
You can say, I'm sorry, could you please repeat that?
Or, could you speak more slowly, please? That's fine too. They're used to it.
That's really important. Don't pretend to understand if you don't.
Exactly. Now, sometimes people get annoyed by all the questions. They think, why so many questions?
Yeah, I've heard people wonder that. Like, why are you asking me all these stupid questions?
But their job, and there's a reason for multiple questions.
Right. They're checking for consistency. If you're telling the truth, your answer should match up, even if asked in different ways.
If someone is lying, they might get confused or contradict themselves under questioning. So really, honesty and staying calm makes it easiest.
Okay, what about slightly trickier situations you might hear?
Did you pack your own bag?
If yes, simple. Yes, I packed my own bag.
But what if someone helped? Like your partner packed it?
Still be honest, but add a key detail. No, my partner packed it, but I know all the contents.
Yes. The important part is that you know exactly what's inside your luggage. You are responsible for it.
Good point. What about secondary inspection? Sounds scary.
It can feel that way, but try not to worry. It just means they want to check things a bit more closely. Maybe look at your documents again or ask more questions in a separate area.
Doesn't automatically mean you're in trouble.
Not at all. Again, the advice is stay calm, be respectful, answer honestly.
Can you ask why you were selected?
Yes, you can politely ask, may I ask why I was selected for secondary inspection?
Okay. And quickly, any tips for people with, say, medication or visas?
Medication. Keep it in the original bottle or box. Having a doctor's note explaining why you need it is also a very good idea.
Student or work visas.
Have all your papers ready, your acceptance letter, your job contract, whatever applies. Keep it organized.
And traveling with kids, if you're not the parent.
Might be wise to carry a letter from the parents giving you permission to travel with the child, just in case.
Excellent advice. Okay. Phew. You made it through immigration? That's a big step.
Yes. Congratulations. Almost there. Now it's just finding your gate and actually getting on the plane.
First things first, check those airport screens again for your gate number.
Super important. Gates can change sometimes, even at the last minute. Always double check.
Then, listen for the announcements for your flight.
You'll hear something like, Flight BA 456 to London is now boarding at Gate 22.
Boarding means it's time to get on the plane.
Right. So head to your gate. You'll show your boarding pass one more time to the airline staff there.
Then you walk down the jet bridge onto the plane.
Find your seat number. Remember, it's on your boarding pass. Look at the numbers above the seats.
And hey, if you get on the plane and you're confused, you can't find your seat.
Don't worry. Flight attendants are there to help. That's their job.
Just politely ask, excuse me, where is seat number 21A? Or whatever your number is.
Exactly. They'll point you in the right direction.
You know, Luna, the key thing through all of this seems to be practice and confidence.
Totally. Practice these phrases out loud before you travel. It really helps. And don't stress about mistakes. Just try to communicate. Airport staff deal with travelers from everywhere.
Okay, let's quickly recap some of those really essential phrases.
Good idea. For booking, how much is a ticket to?
Or, are there any cheap flights?
At passport control. When they ask for your passport,
Here you go.
if they ask, what is the purpose of your visit?
A simple for a holiday or for business works.
And for how long are you staying?
For 10 days, or however long it is.
For boarding, listen for. Flight number is now boarding at gate number.
And on the plane, if you need help, excuse me, where is seat number?
Those basics cover a lot.
Practice really does make perfect, or at least it makes you feel much more comfortable.
Yes. The more you use English, listen to it, the easier it gets. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Most staff want to assist you.
And listen for those keywords. Passport, gate, ticket. Even if you miss some words, those clues help a lot.
Definitely. So here's a little action step for you today. A practical task.
Oh, I like this.
Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Write down your real answers for those common immigration questions.
Like your actual purpose for your next trip.
Yeah. Your purpose, how long you'll stay, where you'll stay, your return date. Write them down.
And then?
Practice saying them out loud just a couple of times. Hear yourself saying it. It makes a huge difference to your confidence when you actually have to say it for real.
That's a fantastic tip. Really practical. So think about it. What phrase will you practice today to make your next airport experience just that little bit smoother? Something to consider for your next adventure.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into airport English.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We genuinely hope you feel more prepared and confident about using English next time you travel.
We'll be back next time with another topic to help you boost your English skills.
Until then, happy travels and goodbye for now.